A very good Wednesday afternoon to all of you. Time to look around a little bit. A lot of people ask, they know we have a working Rancho here, and our goal is to try to get up to a production of about half a ton to 1 ton of fruit per year. We'll take a look. You can see all of the wonderful orange blossoms that are on the Robertson navel. This is our big producer here. And it looks like it's just gonna be rock solid with oranges. Usually everywhere you'll see a orange petal, and the smell is gonna be amazing soon. I can tell you that when those blossoms start to open. So yep, it's gonna be a lot. This tree is just loaded with blossoms. This is the really finicky Palestinian orange tree, and it's really it's never been very productive. You can see a couple here or there. I think we got a grand total of 2 last year. I don't know if I will maybe cut it again to try to stimulate some fruiting. It's very frustrating. There's a little bit down there, probably a little more than I think here. And of course our flagship Meyer lemon tree over here, and we have our Valencia orange, which is a little bit early for blossoms. Don't really see any yet. And then of course we have our Seville orange. Over here, finally, this Trevita orange. It looks like this Trevita orange is really going to take off over here. You can see a lot of blossoms on that, especially down on the bottom. Lots and lots of blossoms. So I'm expecting a pretty good here. I'm a little disappointed with the Washington navel. We haven't really gotten anything, but maybe this year will be a little bit different. This is the other very popular market navel, and I've you know, that Robertson navel has just been fantastic. It's been a real standard bearer of good eating. Look at the peach trees here and how fast they've come into bloom now. Look at the beautiful blossoms. Isn't that amazing? Everybody loves following the Rancho. This is our elephant heart plum, and you guys were here when I did the pruning and I did the spraying, and it looks like it's going to be fantastic. We haven't had a lot of rain since January, so I'm not going to have a real issue with peach leaf curl. And here's the Santa Rosa plum. So it looks like it's going to be a banner, very, very heavy year for plums, and you'll see a lot of bees that are doing their pollination thing. And here is our peach tree, which is doing nicely too. Tons and tons of blossoms. It's going to be a great year for peaches. Excited about that. This is one of our 2 cherry trees here. I believe that this is the Bing over here. We might get a rather decent yield of cherries this year. I believe this is our Stella, which is our pollinator for that. So isn't that lovely? And over there we have our pear. Can't remember. I think it's a Bosque pear. I'm not sure which variety it is, but it'll make its own. Have plenty of room here, so it's fantastic. I have to say, the lack of rain is a real blessing, and it'll really help us have a high amount of production. I don't know if you can see it. There's tons of bees up in there, and that's a beautiful thing. If we come over here, you guys remember, a year and a half ago, I cut this persimmon tree because it was just getting too wild. It was dropping persimmons in the alley, and people were falling. You know, there was the risk of slipping on them, and I didn't want to be responsible for that. You can see that's springing back to life really well. And then lastly, our Lady Banks roses, which I planted about 6 or 7 years ago. They are gorgeous. They give a high degree of privacy. And in another week or so, this thing is just going to be a solid wall of yellow. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Spring has sprung on the Rancho.